3, Sixer picks it up.
That's actually really, really nice play from Sixer. You could see how aware he was as to what was going on there. It was actually just when they need him to. So clutch going in their favour, and we're going to round number 2. Money, of course, available. This is overtime, and JDM with the AWP in a very good spawn towards that B side as well. Could actually find something with this. Won't be overly committing, but Sixer and Kenny S will be smoking it off as Apex gets towards events.
He's going to wait with Intervent still in place. No one posted outside of Squeaky to try and get a Molotov through and force him away from that. They're just going to commit smoke out Kenny. Very aggressive position as well in that AWP, but smoked off. He's going to try and get back in the site. If they made it in, they have. Everyone's blind, and Kenny just barely gets away. Not quite. ELEAGUE catches him, but it leaves Apex lining them up. He's got 2 back in return. It's down to a 3 versus 3. Nitro finally comes alive and hits him late. And they have to convert this one. You can't go down too early. We talked about reset. JDM, lovely shot onto NBK. They lost a 1 versus 3. In the last round, it's the same situation here for Happy, but this time bomb already planted, and B site's a little bit harder to sneak back into.
Yeah, especially with 1 flashback as well, but that's a start. He does do damage with JDM, but he pulls the trigger just in time and ties things up 16-16. And we go into the final round of the first half of overtime here. And it was Apex who doing some good work there from the checkers position, but not quite enough there. Nitro finding some form here. He had a very quiet game so far, but it doesn't matter. It's the final score at the end that really look to as we go into the final round here. As I said before, still an AWP available for Kenny S, but glass cannon once more. That was a problem for him before. And in terms of grenade, we have got 3 smokes of the CTs, 1 incendiary. That's about it. It's not a great buy at all. This is the problem with the overtime for the CTs. If you lose 1 round, you are in a difficult economic situation.
Apex is waiting to boost Happy. Again, ELEAGUE this time. Attention toward it, but that Molotov goes deep. That reads Happy, gives him the chance, but ELEAGUE is posted and ready. Does get the headshot and 1-man advantage early again for Liquid. 3rd straight round in overtime. They've had the advantage early to work with.
That Molotov is so cool as well, because obviously it stops any boost potential coming in, but any players who are already boosted actually just starts burning them slightly, so they have to fall back and take damage or go for the commitment. He goes for it and gets taken down 5 on 4, and they come in towards the A site here, up to Apex to hold them off.
He's ready for it as well. Flash out, ELEAGUE's able to dodge. He's giving him a reset on his aim. That forklift is so awkward, and he's able to get the headshot through the back of the seat. Brings Kenny aggressive with an op. Hero moment for Kenny, and he finds this. AWP still punching. Spots 1, JDM goes down, but too quickly. Nitro wraps around. Good trade. Never mind that he goes back down. He had 6er again in a 1 versus 3. They're low on HP. He's got 2 again. No way Sixer does this twice. As Pimp 26, ELEAGUE at 51. The M4's lethal in both these positions. Good trade from Pimp, though, and they'll pick up 17.
So after 15-7 down, Liquid now do take the lead. That is quite an interesting stat as we go into the second half here. It's going to be first to 19 as we mentioned before. There goes 18-18. It's all reset and we do this all over again. But certainly an advantage for Liquid here. And then was actually Sixer there, like you said, another chance for a 1-on-3 situation. Good flash from him, but synergy and communication working out in Liquid's favor there. At least drops, but it doesn't matter. The refract comes in before Sixer has anything to say about it. And we'll go to the second half here. I'm sure we'll take a little bit of time here just to kind of discuss the idea going forward. And you have to say, Matt, that would have been a 3-0 if it wasn't for that 1 versus 3 clutch from Sixer. So that's not the 2-1. Yeah, that sounds fine, but you have to remember that's actually quite an interesting statistic if you think about it. Liquid certainly seem like the stronger team at the moment as we go into the second half of overtime here. Single orb for either side, and we'll see whether we've got the same approach from Liquid. Yes, no head armor purchase. They have got all the grenades. And we get into it then. JDM, will he be going aggressive once more? That AWP is holding towards that B side. It looks like the latter as he makes his way towards checkers.
Right, Nitro wants to go.
Oh, that could have been horrible to watch if he got his head blown off there, but does manage to just about negate it.
Nitro and Hiko both on 16. Are the lowest in the server behind just Happy at 17. It's Lee's contribution that definitely has carried them into this. Quad play from Nitro, happy inside the doors, and have a Molotov land in front surely, but a smoke out, he reads it ahead of time. And they're going to wrap onto forklift. Nitro gets flashed off. They've actually got some room to work with. So reflash from ELEAGUE to try and get an angle favorable, and does find the shot on NBK. His team, Nitro, takes down Kenny. Crossfire set. Good trade again as ELEAGUE comes out. In fact, Nitro doesn't even go down. It's flawless, and it's map point for Liquid.
My God, 5 players surviving as well. We talked about money being a problem in overtime for the CTs. That's not going to be. As you keep all 5 players alive, the set piece towards A does not work out for ENVYUS, and now the pressure has been firmly placed on their side of the server. It's Nitro doing some great work here from the NBK position as he takes him down. That's actually a really, really nice A-hold there. You can see no one doing anything for ENVYUS whatsoever, and 1 round will do it. It's going to take 2 in a row for ENVYUS to take us to second overtime, but what a story this has been. This will be so gutting for the French side if they were to lose this game, which is looking pretty likely right now. No order available for them. Kenny S goes to the AK here. And we go into match points. I'd say match point. Match points for Liquid after a 57 deficit. Crazy, crazy stuff.
ELEAGUE, who wasn't even in the top 20 this year, based on the HLTV ratings, despite an incredibly good performance at Cologne, showing off masterclass early in the first major and first tournament of 2017. Speaking of, though, it is NBK that's going to put him down this time. He could have got a position in the corner, which could be favorable. Flash goes in, though, and Sixer runs. He hears him, chases him, but gets caught out as they wrap him behind from the vents. And on top of that, NBK, his 3rd kill of 3 for them in the round, is going to open up B site entirely.
They probably have to save the weapons at this point. Pimp and Nitro is a 4-on-2. Certainly possible, but I'd say, okay, happy. He's taking him down, as always. Lurking in the shadows, he finds the AWP player. Just Nitro now going to be saving the AK-47. He can try and damage the economy. It's actually more detrimental to him. If he loses the AK, I think he'll just be wanting to hold on to that. He wants to a little bit here. Will be dropped in the end, but there it is. ENVYUS do post their first round here in the second half. Good work from ENVYUS overall. It was Hiko who pushed in towards that B storage area, found Sixer, but NBK through the smoke. Good awareness, finds 2 frags and pretty much secures the round at that stage, but not going to be celebrating just yet. A lot of work here to do. 1 round required from ENVYUS to take us to double overtime. 1 for Liquid to actually take the map, and that would be unbelievable situation, all things considered, Matt. Double orb now for Liquid, Pimp and JDM. We saw it before. We'll see whether it's the setup that closes out the game.
Tumble up indeed, and it's a split position for them. JDM goes back to B, as we saw very early in the game.
There's Pimp towards middle as well. He'll be watching friendly players boosted up here. It's a full default for the French side. Haven't seen too much from them in terms of full-on set pieces, just trying to fill things out and see what kind of setup the CDs are presenting towards them. It will be happy towards the squeaky door position. They are spamming towards that boost spot as well to see if anyone will be up there. Not the case at the moment, but Sixer left no grenades. There are 4 smokes still available for the French side, as it looks like the bomb's still down towards middle. It's difficult to tell what they're trying to set up here. It's just trying to work a pick, it seems, at this stage. Bait out any CT utility they might have, but you can see actually 5 incendiaries still available with some smokes as well, so Liquid are pretty well equipped for anything ENVYUS can throw at them at this stage.
So set for the Molotov to go in vents, that Apex to try and flush them back. No one there, but they can't take chances at this point in time. This round, the last of first overtime, or last of the game. Pimp smoked off, still wants to keep that AWP in a position where he can spot toward middle and Apex. They're going to take advantage of the time they have to get toward that vent that he's already cleared. This brings JDM's op now into the picture. Quick Molotov to hold them off. That's going to give them position, but forces them back slightly. He knows they're there. So the angle's his favor. Flash could catch him out. Sees the shoulder, but Sixer's in closer. Good headshot. And Apex, despite Sixer going down, can post up to watch the vents, to watch the flank, to watch the retake, because it's right now a 4 versus 2. And the French side might force this further. We're not done, and I dare say we don't have a decision as to which team's been the class of the two in this overtime. Happy with a lovely shot on Nitro. Down to just Pimp. Bomb planted. First shot successful. No way he's going to replicate JDM.
I don't think so, but certainly going to give it a go. It's the last round regardless. It has to go for it. Open hand, no grenades. 3 players to find, and the bomb has been planted as well. This would be another blunder for ENVYUS to even give him a flag at this point. Make him touch the bomb before you give anything away. NBK makes the first mistake, but Kenny S rectifies it. Okay, double overtime comes in, but still anyone's game. ENVYUS looked like they were out of it at that point. It's the first time we saw match point in favor of Liquid, but they hold on and reset everything once again. So we have the exactly same situation, everything reset once more, and Kenny S He's going to be pivotal going forward. It's not this double orb setup from Liquid that doesn't close things out, but certainly a nice adjustment to try and finish the job off.
And what an adrenaline player Kenny is. You can see his hands shaking in these situations. Like, just can't believe where they are. And yet somehow he's so precise when he still grabs the mouse. It's pretty nuts.
Absolutely.
And for those wondering, for those of you, again, who maybe don't watch all the tournaments, those are hand warmers. Everyone wants to keep their fingers nice and loose, hands good and warm on the keyboard and mouse, so everyone you'll see pretty much runs a hand warmer to keep it consistent.
There's a fine balance between warm hands and sweaty hands, so you need to make sure you don't hold on for too long, Matt. So that'd be my advice.
Good advice, Henry. Thanks. Clarify, just hold on to the hot pack, just to be clear.
You don't have slippery hands. You just want to make sure they're warm, the blood's pumping, you know. The double orb setup once again for Liquid here, and they do not switch over. So they buy 2 kits here. An interesting idea. Lots of different teams have different approaches over time that we discussed. I know head armor sort of principle, and it's going to be Liquid. Just buying 2 kits. They do cost $400. They are more expensive in CSGO compared to other iterations of the game, so they are quite difficult things to justify purchasing 5 times over, but 2 is certainly enough going forward. Number 1 here. And it's going to be another default from ENVYUS. Kenny is back on the AWP, of course. And no real damage being inflicted. ELEAGUE has gone down to 63, but what a game he's had so far. It doesn't seem to be too disheartening for him. It's going to be 1 player towards me. I think that's Hiko in towards the vents. We've got quite a heavy setup towards the A side of the map. Flash goes in towards A story, trying to find that first frag, but Kenny S, he strikes first.
Does indeed. Traded back and forth, though. ELEAGUE gets another. Goes down immediately after. He hasn't found multiple kills late in overtime, but Hiko steps up for the trade. Lovely shot from Apex, getting in the face of Pimp, and that's going to open up the A site for a plant. Bomb just arriving now. No Molotov in place to deny, and Hiko wants to try and get a position on highway and catch them in transition post-plant. Not quite there to do so. Molotov instead will force Apex out, but they've still got positional advantage and the man advantage with the bomb down to Envy. And remember, the first round of the last overtime was favoring the T side as well until Sixer came through with some brilliance and clutched back a 1 versus 3. Liquid that has to pull back from an unfavorable situation here. Missed shots though, and Sixer's the one to do so. It gives JDM the shot. Hiko's got the confidence and the courage. They've got to go quick. They'll bounce and trip over each other as they both try to rush into the same positions. 1 kill goes one way, 1 goes the other, and JDM bunny hops to try and sell the fake to Apex, but he's ready for it with the AK.
Yeah, that would have been so cool and wiped down JDM's favor. I think the bomb was a little bit too far gone regardless, but like you said, bouncing to one side and then go hooks to the left, trying to get himself in a situation he's trying to kind of trick the terrorists waiting towards that core position. But it's Apex who is the savior of that round, finishes things off there. There's the bunny hop, and Apex ready for it. He jumps into his crosshair as we go into the second round here. Good work from him. ENVYUS take the lead once more. It's 1-0 in double overtime here for the French side. Double orb setup not going to be available this time for Liquid. It's going to be pimped back to the M4, and the JDM will be the solo orb this time. If they were to lose this round, if you get the 2-0 on the CD side, that, as we discussed before, that's when you have a bit of a problem as a CD side if you're buying weaponry, and that's when 3-0 is a real possibility. So this is a big round for ENVYUS. They can pick this one up in a fantastic position going forward. Very tense now. This has been one of the more exciting games that have made it so far. I'd say it's been the game of the day in terms of the emotional roller coaster for both teams.
Oh. Both these teams that people often say are the decline. Obviously, Liquid's had incredible majors lately. ENVYUS has been on the decline since Clues last year, so that way to start the tournament, an important way to start the tournament for both these teams. Apex finds the opening kill. Pimp's got to step up. Flash through though, he's in the open. And Envy, they might pick up 2 in a row here. They're only a man advantage. Pick up position. ELEAGUE is the only one they've not yet found, and he will go down. Downer finds the kill through the back of the forklift. It's looking more and more likely that ENVYUS are going to find 20. And 22, the magic number in double overtime.
Indeed, when there's a 4-on-1. And Hiko, like we said, the money's going to be a massive problem. Very unlikely when a 4 versus 1. He's known to be one of the best touches in North America. Let's see what he can deliver at this point. They're going to try and get that gun out of his hands, and this time, no blunders made by ENVYUS. They do manage to shut him down. But he said money's going to be an issue going forward. Apex seems to be coming to life now in double overtime. Some great work from him. Look at the flashbang. That's what we expect from a team like ENVYUS. That good communication, working as a unit, and are setting their teammates up for those kind of alley-oop plays. Round number 3 now of double overtime, and like I said, the money's going to be a massive issue here. Liquid, UMP 5-7s, and it's looking very promising for ENVYUS to get the 3-0 here, and match point once again in their favour. 2 UMPs, in fact. There we go.
Yeah, this is a desperate situation if they lose all 3. Kenny, quick flash over top of Red that does catch Hiko, who's trying to push up and take advantage of the 5-7. In fact, so too is his teammate ELEAGUE. They haven't yet been spotted. Now they will. ELEAGUE still manages to come out with the kill. Sixer immediately turns his back to anticipate perhaps a flash coming through A main and also perhaps get a sound cue as to where they've gone inside of middle because they are still boosting up, and ELEAGUE is the one to wait. We know he's been good in that position. As Apex tries to walk out, clear out Forklift, does spot the head of Pimp toward the top of Highway, but can't find the shot, and Pimp smartly won't re-peek that. Sit back and wait. He's got one of the two UMPs. Smoke's going to allow him to get a little bit closer. Apex, chance to jump over top, though. Could catch him off as he's up. Clears default, spots his backside. Doesn't land the shot. Tries to fire down the bottom of the highway. That brings Nitro out. A crossfire starts to work, but NBK gets one back. Runs out of ammunition as he tries to spray through, and Nitro, he'll collect it. On to Kenny. Lovely first shot, but far too many around him. And thankfully, for Liquid's sake, they don't go down 0-3 in the second overtime.
Yeah, so regardless, they lose the half overall, but the fact they win the last round is actually going to be a little bit promising for them. They'll actually be thinking, okay, we just did that with pistols and UMPs. We can still do this, guys. Good work for Nitro there. Flashbangs and teamwork on point for the CTs. Nitro there just doing everything he can to keep the dream alive for Liquid here. So still the advantage for ENVYUS, of course, but haven't quite achieved a match point just yet to be number 4 of the double overtime here. Fires will be coming in momentarily. They still have a little bit of extra time just to work out how they're going to be setting up into this second half. It's going to be ENVYUS on the CT side. Now, we haven't seen much of a double AWP setup from ENVYUS as of late, really, as a whole, as a team. It used to be Kenny S and Happy all the time. You're absolutely right there. It seems to have adjusted and kind of moved away from that. It's the solo AWP that was so prominent now from Kenny S. And even there was one point in the ENVYUS where Happy seemed to be taking the AWP over Kenny. That was a crazy couple of months. I think it was like back at Starladder and Minsk, if I'm not mistaken. That's when that was going on.
Jeez, that is over a year ago.
Yeah, that's
at this point. But yeah, no, I think you're right. That was when that whole trend started.
Yeah,
and it was mind blowing to a lot of us.
So now they've kind of moved away from that mentality to say that Kenny has got one of the world's best AWPers. Let's just leave him with that role, give him that one, and yeah, no double AWP setup, which is it's very rare to see them run now. So kind of an interesting note on a map like Cash as well. Hiko's got a Mac 10 map in the first round.
Daddy Hiko.
Okay, so this suggests he's got no nades either. This suggests he's some sort of decoy in this round. He'll be running through a smoke after getting flashed and trying to find one kill. This suggests this is a set piece they've got coming in, man. This is not a default. They've got a game plan here. This is the Hail Mary play. I haven't seen it before, and I'm very interested to see how this works out.
Watch the boost. He could catch the player running back. Kenny's not ready yet. He's already out. He gets in with the Mac 10. They spot Sixer, but no one's turned in time. And Apex gets baited in because of it, so it still works for the ENVYUS side, who could find that point very quickly off of that. It was a good attempt to catch Kenny, but unfortunately they didn't read why he was running back. Down to ELEAGUE.
Okay, so like I said, I was calling that as a set piece, but sometimes Counter-Strike is about gut instincts. You hear a sound cue, you hear some sort of boost going on. Hiko takes that chance to strike. He pushes in, he gets the kill on towards Kenny S, but as the teamwork working out in ENVYUS' favor there, Apex actually backing up his teammates, so a Sixer boosted up as well. So close call, you have to say, Matt. When you had the Mac 10 in hand and no nades, you know they're planning something at that point. That's something they've been working on. And I don't think we saw exactly what was supposed to happen, but in the end, it's ENVYUS now who get themselves, like you said, one step closer to that. Magic number 22 is what needs to be attained in double overtime here. Round number 5, pressure firmly towards Liquid at this point. The all-powerful JDM. Hiko this time has got a rifle, AK-47 and grenades, and maybe a default setup here. They have got a few set pieces here and there with some fakes as well that haven't been particularly successful.
This is round 41 and 45 kills credited to ELEAGUE in this game.
And great work.
Boost again for Sixer. Go back to it. Worked the first time. Why not? He's going to jump off, but after the first shot comes through, then he actually got tagged slightly, or was that fall damage perhaps? At 5 HP. I don't think an op would have tagged him for 5 through that wall.
I think you're probably correct. Well, it looks like we'll get towards A. Pimp just smoked off his own choke point towards the B storage area, so suggests they will be finishing up towards the A side of the map, but they do get mid-control back towards B, so this is an interesting maneuver from themselves, but it's going to be at MBK from the headshot position now to hold them off. Big kill required from him.
And Kenny is there as well, so they've got good position. Kenny down from the shot from Nitro. Finally gets an opening, turns his back to watch for the flash, gets caught off by it, but good response. Better still as they take down Apex in heaven. On to Happy, 1 versus 5, rather 4, and 2 of them on 4 HP. Pimp and ELEAGUE. 1 bullet, a shadow of a bullet from death, and he's going to walk in. He's got both those low HP players in front of him. Bomb as well is planted off of this. Pimp needs some help. He's going to try and just stay alive, dance around the boxes. That brings Hiko into it, but nearly takes him down. It does go the way of Liquid, and they bring it back to within 1 the difference, but they're still fighting to stay alive.
The B splits, it's every shot, every kill. So many small little variables in Counter-Strike that amount to these round victories, and you can see the frustration on Kenny's face there. This match suddenly had to deliver. What a game it's been so far. Potential triple overtime here as well. Liquid just keep finding life, but it doesn't, well, seemingly exist. Number 6 here. And we can see the money's relatively okay for both sides here. You can see now ENVYUS has got the orb set up, and KennyS once again, they have got utility to work with. Same story for Liquid as well. The open hands of JDM. Looking for triple overtime here. Still match point for ENVYUS.
Apex going to rotate over a little bit late after they put some attention into mid, walked up from highway. JDM and ELEAGUE sitting way back inside mid. Smokes out over top. And I think they want to go for a fast play toward B. They've got the smokes out already to cross inside mid. They want to take over vents. But rotation's already come around this time. Kenny's given up that mid position, and he's actually going to play from heaven, so good position for the AWP. Watch the fact that the smokes are down, and he in the corner as well. He could pick them out. Nitro reads it, and he gets down by Kenny immediately after, who nearly finds a second, but JDM rises to the occasion once more. And it's going to be 2 kills in favor of Liquid to the 1 that Envy found in return. Happy's trying to get above and see over top of these smokes. Full blind duration coming through for the flash, but still gets his vision in time. Not quite. Pimp hits the shot. And we could have a triple overtime because Pimp takes Apex. It's 6-1 versus 4. This game refuses to go lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. Sixer has to go for it. It's the last round. 4 players to fire, a bomb to defuse. It's very unlikely, but he did win a 1v3 before. Can he go one step further here? Bomb ticking away. I'm going to suggest it's not possible at this point. He doesn't even find one frag. Hiko takes us to triple overtime here. What a game it's been so far. And it's Pimp towards his B side again, getting the job done, finding the frags that are required. And Liquid, like you said, just don't want to give in at this point. After going 2-0 down, they find a round with just pistols only and manage to stay alive. In triple overtime, we're a reset once again. Nothing accumulates at all. Everything is reset. It's exactly the same rules as we go on. It could go on indefinitely. It could go on forever. Like you said, the longest one we've done is 79 rounds total.
Yep.
So we've got a long way to go.
To be fair, that was MR5, which for some reason lends itself to more comeback potential in overtime. It's not quite as cutthroat, and you make one mistake and suddenly the momentum shifts.
That's like breaking the serve in tennis at that point, right? Because you get so deep into it, money's such a huge issue. But here we go then. Triple overtime, OT3.
I've lounged my casting chair in homage to what got us here.
We discussed it before. It's very rare to see ENVYUS with that double orb setup. This time they're rolling with it. The first time this game, Happy has got the secondary orb. You pointed out before he's been the quietest player so far for ENVYUS. He's only on 20 kills after so many rounds, and we'll see whether he can pick something up here. He's going towards the A side of the map. Won't be going towards Squeaky, but going into his teammate's position, MBK. And another default here for Liquid as Apex waits in towards this fence area. No one giving anything away just yet. As we get into now triple overtime. I didn't think this would be the case when we were 15-7. I thought this game was going to be a quiet one. Nothing too exciting, a standard group stage game. But here we go, then Happy. He kicks it off, a headshot towards the AWP of Team Liquid. JDM drops.
JDM went in solo on that with no utility. So now the double op is exposed. They'll call that Happy's hit. Goes without saying, but they lose their op to try and combat it for opening picks.
Indeed. Well, at this point, ENVYUS have been known to throw these kind of situations away. They have the 5-on-4 now. It's up to the Liquid to respond and get a situation that's working in their favor. ENVYUS don't have to do too much. Hold back in the positions, keep your strengths towards mid and towards the B side of the map. It looks like that's what they'll be doing as well. Apex in that vents area. Not going to be committing just yet as the flashbang goes in towards the B storage.
Refuses to break out the vent just yet either, and that means Nitro getting closer. Won't have a read on this. They'll hear it as the chaos ensues inside of the site. That's exactly where they've gone. Kenny forced back, hit the up-close shot as always, and he looks for the second, but Pimp suddenly comes through and finds 2. Hiko follows it. We're down to exactly that situation, 2 aside. MBK late through the vents, does take down Hiko. Bomb going to be planted by Pimp, but that means they know he's on the site. Quick flash to find information, spots a shoulder in a checker, but watch Happy because getting second off. He has an angle, tries to find it. He's in the open, and MBK, he'll find the kill after the Molotov lands. First round, triple overtime, goes to Envy.
You could see him certainly in a situation he could have won, but once he got himself in towards the open, the Molotov drops on the sides as well. It's very difficult to find a position where you can actually have cover and an advantage in terms of the duel as well. So good work from ENVYUS to actually close that round out. Pimp certainly gave them grounds to win it. Here's the play from him. We didn't quite catch it as it was happening, but there it is. Takes down Sixer and KennyS. 3 kills found, but there it is. KennyS celebrates. So does Sixer as well towards the end there. Looking pumped up right now as we go into round number 2. Double orb set up, of course. It worked out before. It's Happy, who's had a very quiet game so far. He got the opening kill and took down JDM, so why not? Let's keep rolling with it. And we'll see whether we can find another 2-0 here for ENVYUS. They couldn't find the 3-0 before, but setting themselves up for it once more. They can get this round. Happy now. Still towards A. Not as aggressive this time. Changes his position towards the bomb side instead of MBK. And we do have KennyS He'll be towards B once more, but it's not really the Kenny as we used to see, like the super flashy, jumping into the sort of open positions Kenny has. He's been hitting the shots that count, a few misses here and there as well. But I'd say a pretty decent game from him, all things considered.
Very passive thus far.
Same Molotov, that's the flash out, the boosted player. As we saw, Happy got taken down that same Molotov before. He's not going to be in that position this time. It's quite an open mid-hold from the CT. He's not going to be committing at all. Apex once again using that same jump mentality. He wants to spot a player and fall back. As soon as he got the smoke out as well, he drops that smoke and falls back.
Watch Sixer to be flashed in. That'd be tons if they get any read. Kenny has one flash to do this. He's got his back turned.
Perfect time to do it as well right now.
Instead, he won't get the vision. They flash anyway to try and just get him wide around the corner. He'll re-smoke this or just sit tight. Now, the last time they played a person here, it was MBK caught by Nitro. This time they don't have the same information. Not only is Sixer in this corner, they've got support from Happy inside of the vents, or rather, excuse me, Evans and 2 players in the site. Sixer finds 2. They don't fall. He finds a 3rd. Happy's got Nitro. And we might have another back-to-back round situation for Envy. JDM tagging one only, and Apex will put him down.
Oh, very close. Okay then, wow, that was actually Sixer playing that very, very well indeed. You can see what Team Liquid are trying to do there. They put that initial smoke down to the entrance of B main in that state. That's to take the vision away from the CTs, allow them to actually get that set piece into position. You can see all the flashbang, the arcs of the grenades coming in there, but it's Sixer that re-smokes it. The idea is just as they're committing as well, they're going through a grey screen at that point. He's in a perfect position to shut them down. He runs out of bullet to the M4A1S, picks up an AK, finds a 3rd kill on the smoke, and now 3-0 looking like a real possibility once again for ENVYUS, but this was the round. It's roles reversed that ran away from them previously, but JDM distinguishes that smoke, but commits with a Tech 9 here.
And this is the problem again for Liquid, where they lose 2 early. They don't have a lot of weaponry. Now, thankfully, this time, they're T-side. So the early bomb plant the first round. Cash injection that gives them. They're able to get AK, but JDM limited to a Tech 9. Around the corner, bomb already dropped. And Apex does massive damage onto Pimp as well. This gives Happy a read. He turns his attention strictly down highway. And Kenny and Six are getting a position towards Z where they can watch that bomb. No smoke out to cover off Happy either. This is a tough task just to get the bomb back. Exactly that. Pimp goes for it. Happy waits, hits the shot.
Oh, then 4-on-3, a lot of work to do here now for Liquid. They've got 2 flashbangs remaining. ELEAGUE's low HP as well, and the bomb down towards middle. It's up to Hiko. In this position, looks like he's far removed from it, but he's going to try and be the fly in the ointment at this point. See if he can find a kill, just to take the attention away from that bomb momentarily so his teammates have a chance to strike. And ELEAGUE will be joining him on that side of the map as well. They still have 45 seconds, and it's going to be Nitro towards mid. But look at the CTs. If you look at the minimap right now, top left, they're just surrounding that bomb, but ELEAGUE does find a kill.
First kill in 4 rounds for ELEAGUE. Goes down after his Happy. Follows up with the AWP, looking for more as well. He's definitely added to the equation with this double up, but now he's going to get pinched off. Nitro extremely low, tries to bait it. Pistol has a chance here, 9 HP, and he hits the headshot up close. Down to just Hiko, as you said, who had a chance to try and make a play, but 20 seconds, and that bomb's still down in middle. He's found by Kenny. 3 in a row for Envy, on to map point already.
Map points indeed. They do manage to get the 3-0. So, for anyone who's just joining us and wondering how the hell did we get here, triple overtime, ENVYUS versus Team Liquid. It was ENVYUS that were up 15-7 in regulation time. Liquid, they fought back, and it was just players like ELEAGUE, JDM, who had a fantastic clutch as well, got us to overtime, and it's just been a stalemate ever since. Finally, though, it looks like ENVYUS have got themselves in a firm situation to take this map. It's a best of 1, but it's gone on for a very long time. I think the unpause call comes in. It's a double orb setup once again for the CTs. Team Liquid with JDM and Pimp on the double orbs. It's a big risk to take on the overtime rules, so obviously for moments, and the economy game we discussed before. Lose this first round and you see JDM, he's only got 2,600 residual cash. If you lose that round, you're only getting 1,400 on top of that going to the next round, so it's a tough call to make. Full orbs and everything.
JDM and Nitro fast toward A, so the AWP not going to be as we've seen it. Instead, it's going to be Pimp and mid.
Oh, that's a commit.
Door open, Kenny. Not a battle you want to take in overtime, but he needs to get a kill to open. Lovely shot from MBK. With bomb as well, it could have given them a bit of an early read on that. Instead, they're going to lose 2. Is Envy getting ever closer to closing this? 6-0 on Hiko. And Kenny's still in mid, trying to get more information. Forces ELEAGUE back ever so slightly. MBK's got another. ELEAGUE has to go massive. 2 versus 5. He's got 1 in front of him. Does manage the kill. Looks to follow it up. Does get a second as well. Back down to just a 1-man advantage. But Pimp has to hit that shot on Kenny. Nearly does, but just goes wide, and you're right, this could be a problem because bomb planted and ELEAGUE has a long way to go to get back over to the A site. Going mid as well is going to give Kenny the chance to go into Z.
Needs an ace clutch here, and it's a good incendiary to kick things off here, but so much work to do. There it is, a fantastic game here between Envy and Liquid. Great battle overall, but ENVYUS, you feel like they should have been the victors after that huge blunder, the 1 versus 5 of JDM. They do close it out, and I think they'll have a sigh of relief at this point.
Yeah, I would so. That could have crumbled them for the entire tournament, like you said. And
yeah,
Liquid could have lifted them. Now it's curious to see how they rebound from this. Remember, Swiss system, you still go into an equal bracket by theory on how the Swiss system works, but we've got to take a break. We've got to talk that over. There's lots to talk about, and we'll take a short break and come back with the desk in just a minute.
So, in honor of that game, he probably should have played that tease another 3 times. ENVYUS, they tried to lose it, but they did get there in the end. And now we're going to hear from MBK, who's over in the chicken coop with Sue.
Thank you very much, Richard. First of all, congratulations, MBK. Must be a huge